morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Ethan Smith.
And I'm Jake Salvi. And Siena Fest officially has its concert opener.
Last night, SCB hosted Musical Mayhem, an event where multiple student artists auditioned, all with one thing in mind, opening for Siena Fest.
Our very own Matt Coloma takes us there.
I'm here at Siena College, where tonight, all bets are off. Tonight will feature drama, suspense, and mayhem. A yearly event where students will hope to cement their name within the college's rich history. Tonight, SCB hosts a music competition. That didn't sound right. Of course, the competition I am talking about is Musical Mayhem, a yearly event hosted by SEB. While the dramatic music may have been a bit much, the stakes of the competition could not be higher. The winner will be the opening artist for the concert during Siena Fest weekend. With 9 talented artists throwing their hats in the ring, there could only be one winner. And the winner? Daniela, congratulations, you just won Musical Mayhem. How does it feel?
I'm actually in shock right now. I was not expecting that at all. There were so many talented people.
With such a strong field of contestants, the judges recognized a runner-up, that being R&B artist Mooncella.
Oh my God, it feels amazing. I was so grateful to perform here. I performed last year, and it's just a blessing. I mean, I enjoyed the audience. Everyone was great.
So what does it mean to perform at Musical Mayhem? Daniela would sum it up perfectly.
Honestly, Musical Mayhem is a space for people to come together and play music and just have fun and rock out. And that's what it means to me, and I'm so honored to be here.
With Siena Fest on the horizon, Saints now know what they can expect from the concert opener. Congrats to Daniela and all other contestants. For Morning Brew, I'm Matthew Coloma.
The theater department here at Siena is getting ready to take the stage once again, performing Shakespeare's Twelfth Night.
We sent our own Amber Fisher to talk to the cast.
Rehearsals are now in full swing as student actors bring this show to life. It promises to be a fast-paced night of comedy and action, plus a whole lot of heart. But for these actors, the hard work is completely worth it.
But I think there's nothing like being in a show and then seeing people's faces in the audience light up because they're connecting with you. That's always been one of my favorite parts of theater, and it's something that I look for in every show I do here.
It was just so exciting being able to make people laugh, because that's just what I enjoy doing, is giving people that chance to laugh. Because you need laughter in your life, otherwise life is just boring.
It is clear that this cast enjoys what they do, and these actors put their heart and soul into every performance. But for the seniors in the cast, this show means a little bit more.
So this is actually my 8th main stage I've been on stage for, so it's my final show. It's really bittersweet. It's sad that this is my last show, but also I've been a part of so many productions that I couldn't have asked a better show to go out on.
Shows like this require weeks of preparation. But if you ask the cast about why they do it, they'll tell you.
Oh my gosh, I enjoy every minute of it, I swear. It's tiring, but I love it. I love every moment.
And behind me, actors are perfecting their lines and blocking their scenes as they bring this show to life. But the other thing they've brought to life with this production, a sense of community.
I have been a part of productions since my freshman year, so this has created such a beautiful community for me to grow as a theater maker, both on stage and off stage.
And I have been, like several other people here, acting since my freshman year, but I actually thought I was going to give up theater when I got to college, and then I got roped in second semester freshman year, and I couldn't imagine how much of an impact it's had on my life since.
It's just the bond between each individual actor and the whole entire community that we develop here. We all become very close friends with each other, basically family. And the connections that we each have with each individual group, like we have our own separate groups, and we all form together and form a giant welcoming community, regardless of what year you are.
From the actors on stage to the crew behind the scenes, it's a true team effort to bring this production to life. And after weeks of dedication, the cast and crew are in the final stretch before opening night. And if you would like to catch the production of Twelfth Night, you can come on over to Foy Hall. The first show is on April 3rd. Reporting from Loudonville with the Morning Brew, I'm Amber Fisher.
Thanks, Amber. Last weekend, Siena College's Stage 3 put on their Clown Bar show.
The 3-day performance that showcased the world of crime noir and clowns, audience members were provided drinks, snacks, and a souvenir clown nose as well. The Bowman Center for Women sponsored a women-owned business fair in the Saracen Student Union.
Dozens of female-founded small businesses set up booths. We sent our own Amber Fisher to check it out.
From unique jewelry to handmade art, female entrepreneurs are taking center stage here in the SSU. Various snacks were offered for people to snack on while they shopped, including donuts, a mini charcuterie plate, and more. The event is not just about sales, but about empowering others and building community.
It's great. I mean, like now I'm actually, getting a goosebumps. It's a great opportunity for us, to hold each other and supporting each other. I think we can always, do something good for other people, for the community, for the country.
It is so awesome for women to get together. I think that iron sharpens iron, right? So as we all get together with all of our businesses, we can A, solidify skills that we already have, B, get introduced to products that we may or may not have known existed, and C, just network fellowship and just have a great time being side by side with colleagues in the area.
Every single one of these booths represents a dream that turned into reality. Beyond the organic skincare and locally made goods, the fair is also helping students and community members in another way, with a free-use closet, ensuring that opportunity and fashion are accessible to all. The fair isn't just meaningful for the female entrepreneurs that are here today. It's also inspiring the next generation of female leaders here at Siena.
The Women's Fair today, it means a lot to me. As a member of the Women in Business Society, we're maintaining that environment and community that has been built here at Siena, and that's one of welcoming everyone and anyone, celebrating women, celebrating everyone. I love seeing all these different women come together from different backgrounds. As a woman of color, I love all the different things I'm finding. Really, there's endless business people that you can meet here, and they're all just so wonderful.
From first-time vendors to established entrepreneurs, the Women-Owned Business Expo is a testament to the power of women in business. Platforms like this allow female entrepreneurs to build connections in the community, grow their confidence, and inspire others. And as these businesses continue to grow, one thing is clear: their impact is just getting started. Reporting from Loudonville with the Morning Brew, I'm Amber Fisher.
Thanks again, Amber. Siena's Black Student Union hosts a yearly expose, a multicultural talent show that highlights the campus's diversity.
And this year's event happened this past weekend, where our own Matt Coloma was in attendance. He'll tell us more about the importance of this event.
Siena College's Black Student Union hosted their yearly expose, a multicultural talent show that features a variety of acts. And I am here outside the Maloney Great Room inside the Saracen Student Union, which will serve as the site for this year's expose. The night would begin with Siena College's Step Team, who would make their entrance to sounds from Tyler the Creator's latest album, Chromacopia. Stepping is a percussive, highly energetic art form first developed through the song and dance rituals performed by African American fraternities and sororities. The group was led by Khalees Mallory, who I got a chance to speak to about the team's history on campus.
So step is something that Siena used to do a long time ago, but in my sophomore year, I'm a senior now, in my sophomore year, it kind of started to come back. So I've just been responsible for trying to bring it back to Siena, and now it's we're getting a lot of representation at different events, and expose is one of the places where we can just show Siena what exactly step is.
Not only is Khalees a very talented step dancer, she's also a poet.
So actually I write here and there. So the last time that I recited a poem was my sophomore year. So now as a senior, I'm like, you know what, let me write a poem. And this time the topic is going to be a little different, but just focusing on a talent that I have and I want to share with everyone.
The event featured other poets, numerous dance groups, and a slew of musical acts. But what does an event like this mean to minority groups on campus?
Well, for one, it's so important because there aren't a lot of us. So when you have an event like Expose where different people are showcasing their cultures and their talents, representation matters, especially at a PWI. So it's just so important that we keep having these events and we keep putting underrepresented cultures at the forefront.
I feel like it's a place where everybody could come to and like not be judged or anything like that. And it's a place where we come to have fun as well. Like you're gonna see a lot of exciting events tonight, things like that. And for underrepresented people in general, everybody could come together as one.
An exciting night of acts indeed. All part of the Black Student Union's mission to cultivate strength through diversity. For Morning Brew, I'm Matt Coloma.
Thanks, Matt. And this week, President Chuck Seifert sat down with Tibor Spitz.
Tibor Spitz is a 95-year-old Holocaust survivor. He came into the auditorium to talk to students about his life, story, and SCTV's Noah Keim has the story.
I'm in Roger Bacon, outside of the Key Auditorium, where Tibor Spitz, Holocaust survivor, now PhD scientist and artist, has come to speak with students about his story of perseverance, survival, and overcoming adversity.
The event provided students and members of the community an opportunity to hear the first-hand account of Spitz and what it was like living through the Holocaust. He shared stories of the way he and his family were able to endure and survive the horrors they faced, but also how he's been able to continue living his life without allowing himself to be defined by the past. The talk was coordinated by Town of Colony Rabbi and Siena volunteer Mordecai Rubin. We spoke with him to learn what he hopes audience members gain from attending.
I really want people to, number one, get to see someone in real life who went through all those things and realize this is a real story. Any education is power, so when people are educated and seen in real life, they get to really be able to make more educated decisions and perspectives on life, and also to be inspired by someone at his age, still full of energy, still such a positive outlook on life.
Spitz has gone on to gain a PhD in engineering and has had his paintings displayed in the Museum of Jewish Culture. He is currently 90 years old and continues to speak to colleges across the country while still finding time to create new artwork and help educate people whenever possible. He hopes that by sharing his stories, he can combat anti-Semitism for now and in the future.
Rabbi Rubin says he hopes to host more events like this in the future. This is yet another example of Siena and its community's commitment to fostering a more diverse and inclusive campus. Reporting with SCTV, I'm Noah Keim.
Thanks, Noah. And the Garden Club is embracing the start of the spring season. Last week, they hosted a seed planting event in Noble Hall.
Students were able to plant their own seeds of various plants, including tomato, parsley, dill, and basil. With the recent warm weather, students will be able to come in and track the growth of their plants throughout the rest of the semester. Staying active and healthy starts at a young age, and some local elementary students got a hands-on lesson in fitness, health, and even college life at Siena College's Fitness Funday.
4th and 5th graders from Voorheesville Elementary and Roots Academy took part in a fun-filled day of learning and physical activity. Morning Brew's Tiana Xavier has more on this exciting event.
Happy Fitness Funday! The energy is high and the excitement is contagious as local 4th and 5th graders dive into Fitness Funday at Siena College. From jumping jacks to learning about nutrition and even snapping a photo with Baloo, every moment is filled with fun and discovery.
I am here at Siena College, right outside the UHY Center, and inside it is buzzing with 4th and 5th graders ready for Fitness Fun Day. At Fitness Fun Day, they are going to be learning about fitness, health, and a little bit about the college experience. Because at Siena College, we want to show you that the possibilities are endless and your future is very bright.
Through these hands-on activities, the students are not only learning about physical wellness, but also discovering what it means to be part of a college campus. Even better, they get to think about what they want to be when they grow up by being around college students who have already experienced what they possibly want to do, making this experience an exciting way for these kids to imagine their future.
When they're having fun and the people who are helping them have fun, it's encouraging. They're thinking, I want to be able to do this, or this is really cool. But just bringing them onto a college campus, seeing what that environment is like, is just such a great way to remind them that there's so much more out there, as well as like all of the things that they could do. We did our best to, invite volunteers from the social sciences, from health professions, from athletics, and so we have such a big variety of the type of students here that there's someone for everyone here in the event.
I would want to come to Siena College
I would want to study more science. Yeah, I learned that together we can do different things.
While the event focuses on health, it also gives students a glimpse into college life, encouraging them to aim higher and dream bigger about what their future could look like.
And that is a wrap for Fitness Fun Day at Siena College. These 4th and 5th graders had so much fun, and they also learned valuable lessons about fitness, health, and the opportunities that they could have coming to college. Remember, I'm Tiana Xavier reporting for SCTV.
Thanks, Tiana. Dozens of students made the trek to the Standish Library to hit the books, but many students don't know that there's a hidden gem tucked away on the 2nd floor.
SCTV's Ashlyn Hunter took a trip to the Fleet Special Collections Center to tell us more.
Just inside this windowless room on the 2nd floor of the Standish Library sits hundreds of different historical documents, books, and objects, some dating back to as early as the 13th century. With items as old as these, special care has to be taken to preserve their integrity. The Fleet Special Collections Center is monitored closely for temperature and humidity. The room is also kept in total darkness when not in use. Special Collections librarian Sean Conley walked us through some of the precautions taken to protect the collection.
You also have to make sure that you use things like book cushions, book stands, in order to support the bindings as best you can with some of the books. Sometimes the panels that form the front and back cover will become loose, so you really want to try to stabilize them and keep them in place as best you can. Usually the worst case scenario, we'll have to have something rebound with a new binding, which means we'll have to send it out and then, have it rebound and then have it brought back. Or what we'd have to do is put it into an acid-free box and really limit people's access to it.
Special Collections librarians like Sean have to balance preserving historical documents as artifacts and preserving the information held in them for research. Sean says this balancing act has evolved in recent years with the advent of new technology.
Back in the 1970s, we had this amazing first edition of Samuel Johnson's dictionary, which is very rare. And it wasn't in very good shape. The binding was falling apart. Again, it was overbound. It was 2 really big, thick volumes, and every time somebody would use it, it would put a lot of stress on the back of the binding itself. So the decision had to be made by the librarian at the time. What was more valuable to Siena College users? Was it to have it in its original form, or was it to make sure that it was usable? And so they made the decision to rebind it, but to rebind it in 3 volumes. So I think if we were forced to make this decision today, I don't think we'd make the same decision. I think we would have gone to have it rebound in 2 volumes, trusting the fact that we did have an electronic source if somebody needed to do the research on it, and then that would kind of preserve it as our as a cultural artifact.
The Fleet Special Collections Center is focused on keeping the documents housed there safe. Still, Siena students can visit the center by making an appointment on the library website. Sean just asked that anyone entering the room keeps beverages away from the documents. For SCTV, I'm Ashlyn Hunter.
Thank you, Ashlyn. And when we come back, Morning Brew's Katie Rogers speaks with the president of the Active Minds Club about the annual Out of the Darkness Suicide Prevention Walk.
Also, more damaged on campus? Find out what got broke this week on What's Fizzing.
And we'll hear a live performance from Siena College's own Sons of Eden.
For the past 7 years, Siena College has partnered with the American Federation for Suicide Prevention to help bring awareness. According to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, there are approximately 1,100 suicides on college campuses per year. However, the Federation has found the majority of these cases are preventable. Today I'm speaking with Jillian Barrand and Rudrani Ghoshal to help talk about Siena's annual Out of the Darkness Suicide Prevention Walk coming up in just a few weeks. Thank you both for being here to discuss this wonderful event. So to start, can you guys give us a little information about this event?
Absolutely, yeah. So this event is going to be held on April 12th in just a couple weeks. It's from 11 to 1 in front of Nigro Plaza is where we'll start. It'll be a really nice ceremony. Members from the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention will be there, as well as a lot of tabling events and free food too.
That's always a bonus.
Yeah.
And can you guys tell me a little bit about how you got involved with the walk?
Yeah, so I'm a Bonner service leader through the Bonner program here at Siena from like the ACE office. And so I have 2 Bonner sites, and the Office of Health Promotions working for Kathy is one of mine. And so with that, I'm just kind of helping organize the event in terms of fundraising and getting sponsorships and things like that, organizing different nonprofits that want to come and table and advertise and just kind of oversee what's going on.
Yeah, that's also cool. So I'm one of the co-presidents of Active Minds, which is a mental health club that we have here on campus, but I'm also a social work minor, so part of my internship this semester is interning with the Office of Health Promotion, and their really big event this year is the walk. This is the 7th year they're doing it, so I'm kind of helping with some of the behind-the-scenes work and organizing promotion around the walk and trying to get as many students as we can to attend.
That's so cool. And so what do you think is the importance of having events like this on college campuses?
I mean, like, as you said, like, there's over 1,000 cases of suicide on college campuses every year, and that obviously means that it's important. And I want to go into medicine. I'm in the Siena AMC program, and so a big part of what I advocate for is that mental health is just as important, if not more important, than physical health. And I think that spreading that awareness on campus to reduce that number as much as we can, I think, is just the key here.
Yeah, absolutely. I second all of that. And also, I just think talking about it can be really scary. Suicide isn't something that people want to address or speak on, and especially their own experiences too. It can be really hard for a lot of people to talk about. So an event like this really brings it to the forefront of campus and for people to understand just how important it is to spread awareness. I think it's something that it's great that Siena does this on their campus because not every school does.
And I went to the walk last year and I volunteered at it, and I think I was just so surprised by the turnout, the number of organizations, the number of families, the number of students that were all there and showing up, and it just really shows you that, like, you know someone that's been affected by suicide. Like, every single person is somehow connected to someone that's experienced suicide, and I think that just kind of showing people that, like, you're not alone in your experiences is really important, especially on a college campus. You know, you're moving away from home, new friend groups, like all of these kinds of things that come with just coming to college in general. I think that just reminding people that, hey, there's people out there that are also struggling, but hey, there's a whole community here to support you and to walk for you. And yeah.
That's awesome. That's really amazing. And so you're in the Bonner program, you work with Active Minds, the club on campus. What other resources do you suggest Siena students reach out to in a case where they need a little bit of help?
So I can touch on this a little bit. I think one of the things that our club tries to promote is use of the counseling center. There's data that shows that students are struggling, but reaching out for help is where they really have a hard time making that next step and booking an appointment with the counseling center. And it doesn't have to be as scary as it sounds. So that's something huge that we have on campus. Students can go and get free mental health support. It's something that you can have throughout your 4 years, and people can really benefit from it. I would say that, and also just reaching out to a friend. We're such a community here at Siena. Like, I feel lucky to have met amazing people here that always have my back, and turning and just asking somebody to listen can be a really great move, and you never know, like, where that relationship can lead to.
Yeah, and, like, not just friends, but I think everyone here on campus, like, a lot of our professors are all amazing people, and, like, the friars are all here for us. I think that on campus we just have so many resources other than just a counseling center, although I highly recommend, but I just say just reach out to anybody. Like, it doesn't matter who, just reach out to someone.
And Jillian, can you talk a little bit about Active Minds, what the club stands for beyond just the Out of the Darkness walk?
Absolutely. So we've been a club for the last 4 years since my freshman year. I'm a senior now. And it's a club that I feel like we really need to start here. We talk about all different kinds of mental health issues that anybody could have, from something so severe as depression to just general anxiety. We put on events every semester. We do Stress Less Week, which is just more of a fun week to de-stress and fun activities all the time. We bring in the therapy dogs to campus, so if you see those, that's Active Minds. This fall we brought goat yoga to campus, which was a really big hit, so we do fun things like that, but we're also a community where people can come to our club meetings every Thursday night at 7 p.m. And we have a really nice community and a great e-board that puts on fantastic events every week.
Wonderful. And can you talk a little bit on the Bonner?
Yeah, so the Bonner Foundation is a huge organization that promotes students to just get out in their community and do service. And so Siena has a chapter here through the ACE office, and so we're all Bonner student leaders, and we're all placed at different sites throughout the capital region. So my 2 sites are Friends of Recovery New York, where I do a lot of work with advocating for different legislature to help those like in recovery from substance use disorders, and my second site is the Office of Health Promotions, and everyone has different sites. Some people are at hospitals, some people are tutoring, some people are working with immigrants or refugees. Like, there's a lot of open doors, and so that's another thing that I would recommend is looking into doing service with the Bonner program if that's something you're interested in. But yeah.
Wonderful. And Jillian, I'll start with you. What's one message you think that people are going to be able to take away from this event?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think one thing that we're really pushing this year is the idea of hope. You know, it can be really hard and it can feel really isolating to be in a scary place and mentally, and we have such a community here like we touched on. So there is hope for like brighter days, even though that might sound cliche, but that's something we're really trying to push with this walk and getting as many people there so people can really feel that community. That's why it's so important that we get people to register. I guess a little shameless plug for us, but that's really the message we want to leave people with on Saturday.
And how do people register, just so they know? Don't worry about plugging. This is
Yeah, if you go to afsp.org/Siena, you can register for the walk there. We also are accepting donations. We're trying to reach our goal of $10,000 before the walk, but you can also donate after the walk or the day of. And registering is a great way to get involved. You can register your group of friends as a team if you'd like. There's already like 13 teams or something like that already joined, some athletic teams, some clubs on campus. If you're the top donor, you also get to walk with the banner and lead us in the walk on the 12th.
And how long is the walk?
It's only about 15 minutes, a loop around campus, and we end at the grotto with a really nice prayer service. And we have 2 students that are performing some musical pieces there as well. So all around, it's just a really beautiful way to end the day.
Wonderful. And Johnny, if you have anything.
I'd say that like if I had to leave one message from the day, I think that a lot of people that struggle with suicide feel very, very alone, that no one's there, no one's hearing them, no one cares. But I think that this walk really just shows you that there is a huge community of people out there advocating for you to just stay alive and keep pushing through. And I think that that's kind of it. Like, you just have so much support. Don't lose hope.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you both for being here, and I cannot wait to see how this walk goes. And as Jillian mentioned, the walk will be taking place Saturday, April 12th. Check-in time is at 11 a.m., and the event begins at noon. If you want to show up and support, be sure to check out the event on Saints Connect, the American Federation for Suicide Prevention website, or you can contact Kathy Dockham to learn more. And if you can't make it but still want to support, you can make a donation. Still to come, the latest in after effects of DEI, Tommy talks to the club golf team, and your week ahead. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. DEI has affected people all across the country, including an Albany County hero. Sergeant Henry Johnson has become a well-known name in the capital region. The Albany native was in the first African-American unit of the Army to face combat during World War I. Sergeant Johnson was honored on the Army's official website, but for a few days the page was marked as not found. The same issue occurred last week with baseball legend Jackie Robinson. Sergeant Johnson was also honored on Tuesday during National Medal of Honor Day. A TikTok video of a woman claiming sexual assault against Impractical Jokers Joe Gatto went viral. The comedian has since stated, "I have used poor judgment and as a result have violated the trust of the people I love most. But anyone who knows me at all knows full well that I wouldn't assault anyone." The initial video has since been deleted, but since the first claim, a second woman has come forward saying Gatto sexually harassed her. He also stated that he will be taking a step back from the public eye to focus on himself. It's currently unclear if the investigation has been opened. The hashtag #MeToo movement began in 2017 and since then has gained momentum and helped hundreds of sexual assault survivors. Since 2017, French actor Gerard Depardieu has faced many complaints and allegations. Depardieu has denied all allegations, however, last Tuesday he admitted to groping a female colleague. His trial is currently ongoing in France. The actor faces up to 5 years in prison and a fine of €75,000, which is equivalent to $81,000. And sadly, last Friday, George Foreman passed away at the young age of 76. The heavyweight champion, entrepreneur, and humanitarian passed away surrounded by his loved ones. His cause of death is currently unknown. He is survived by his achievements in the ring, wife of 40 years, and 12 children. The Mark Twain Prize is awarded to accomplished comedians with past recipients including Whoopi Goldberg, Billy Crystal, and Carol Burnett, and now Conan O'Brien. The John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts honored O'Brien on Sunday, and during his acceptance speech, he showcased his comedic talents as well. This marks the 26th annual Mark Twain Prize, with the ceremony set to air on Netflix at a later date. And Moana 2 has surpassed its precursor by almost $500 million. David Daniel has the scoop in our Hollywood Minute.
This is a call from the ancestors.
It's still smooth sailing for Moana 2. After topping $1 billion at the worldwide box office, the sequel has had more than 27 million views in its first 5 days on Disney+.
We go on these long, emotional journeys to make this, and you really don't know how people will react to it. But to be there, and for me especially part of my cultural heritage comes from Samoa, and to be with people from the community that you are celebrating and seeing their reaction and it being so positive is absolutely incredible.
At any given moment, there are 27 million reef wildlife individuals in the aquarium pipeline. The pipeline begins at the point of capture, and it ends when the fish goes belly up in a home aquarium.
The documentary Aquariums, The Dark Hobby claims a high percentage of tropical fish in people's homes die within a year, fueling a constant need for collecting more from the world's oceans. The film shows the vital role of the fish in the health of coral reefs and how the tropical fish trade threatens their existence. Aquariums, The Dark Hobby, produced by Martin Sheen, debuts Tuesday on digital platforms. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs first premiered in theaters in 1937. Now, nearly a century later, Disney has released a live adaptation. The film, which was in production for over 2 years, has faced several challenges, including CGI, controversies, and political backlash, involving the lead actors. Released exactly a week ago, though, the movie has struggled at the box office. With a budget of $209 million, it still has yet to break even. And Sunday marked a historic moment in Broadway history. Denzel Washington, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Molly Osborne opened the 15-week run of William Shakespeare's Othello. The show became a top-grossing Broadway play of all time, surpassing Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by $0.1 million. Still to come, Tommy visits the green to talk with the club golf team. And a live performance from a Siena College band? Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Sons of Eden.
Sons of Eden, guys. Great to see the Siena people. This is all right. Hold on. Thank you. We're Sons Beaten. We really enjoyed doing this thing. This is wonderful. Yeah, we're Sons Beaten, by the way, if you didn't catch our names. Yeah. Thanks to Matt Coloma, my dude. Thanks to all the other wonderful women. Take care. Have a good night.
Plenty of icons have come through the doors of Siena College, but none are more legendary on the green than Siena alumni Gene Sarazen. Our own Tommy Kane takes us to a club on campus that is honoring his legacy.
The game of golf, a sport that has stood the test of time. You might not know it, but the SSU is named after 7-time major champion Gene Sarazen over here, who dominated the sport almost a century ago. Now the question remains is, what are students doing to keep Siena's rich golf history alive?
As it begins to get warmer outside, the New York golfer slowly but surely begins to shake off the rust of a winter hibernation. Club Golf President Matthew DeVito is no exception to this. Before the club's reinception, DeVito spent his underclassmen years mapping out the rebuild of the organization.
Siena College Club Golf is an organization that has been in the Siena community forever. It was disassembled in 2020 due to COVID, and in 2023, a group of 5 individuals, including myself, decided to reignite the club.
It doesn't matter if you're a beginner learning the game or a competitor with sights set on the national championship at Pinehurst. Club Golf presents the opportunity of choice.
Within the club, we have 2 different groups, the casual players and the competitive players. The casual players use club funds in order to go out to local courses, such as Town of Colony, and play against other Siena members to up their skills, while we have the competitive team who competes in the NCCGA, or the National Collegiate Club Golf Association.
Club Golf is looking for new officers for the upcoming semester. If you have any interest, send a DM to the Siena Club Golf Instagram. If you're an avid golfer, help keep the game alive at Siena College. It's what Gene would have wanted.
Tapping it in for Join the Club, I'm Tommy Kane.
Gemini, ChatGPT, and Meta AI has started to push its way into our everyday lives. But how will this affect students? For more on this, Joe Lemry sits down with the Kirka Student of the Week.
Modern technology is continuing to develop, and so is AI in the classroom for academics. We're here at the Standish Library at Siena College, and one student has done their research on this since this past summer. Let's go talk to Coco.
Coco Kanai is this week's Kirka Student of the Week. Her research is unique, and the senior business analytic major's work is coming to light.
It's really an honor to be honest. There's a lot of students also work for KUKA, and then I was really surprised I was selected.
Coco's research gives us a closer look at how impactful AI is on education.
I worked with my professor, and my research topic is about how AI can affect students' education, academic, and how the AI is affecting negatively, positively today's. So we basically look a bunch of article about AI in academic first, to like collect some like knowledge and informations. And then after that, I made some survey, and then I basically asked a lot of students to take those survey, and from those surveys, we collect the data and then we analyze this data and then we came up with conclusions.
After examining her research, Coco says there are pros and cons to this technology.
Negative side, it's like one of them are students who tend to use like more AI or like ChatGPT. They're like less critical thinking, less problem solving skills. On the positive side, there's like some student that think AI as a threat in a society. They like tend to be like downside of the AI, so like they're not like using a lot of things. They're not like rely on the AI in their academic education side. Yeah.
Coco believes that AI and platforms like ChatGPT can be good for the future of academics.
If the academic itself knows how to use AI or like ChatGPT correctly and teach how to use a student, it will be like really big benefit to their students for the learning culture too.
Coco also touched upon her career plans after college.
I wanted to work in a consulting company, use my analytics skill that I learned in Siena, but now after I'm graduating, I'm like now looking for my internship and like start building up my career and learn some more like in real world data.
Now Coco says she wants to continue on the business analytics track after graduation and continue studying AI and how it works in academics. And for now, she's looking ahead to graduation in the spring and wants to become a project leader upon graduation in the field. Reporting live for SCTV's Morning Brew, I'm Joe Lemery.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Welcome back to What's Fizzin', where we take a look at what students are talking about on the Fizz app this week. So first up, we got Siena Fest is under a month away, and we still don't know who the artist is. WTF is this? Completely agree. I would love for Bono to come and do the main act, but he's with U2, bigger than us, out in Ireland and all across the world. Next up, big time rush for Siena Fest, please? Yeah, I agree with that. Not to mention that I feel like when I was younger, when we were watching the show and whatnot, people would pick a member of Big Time Rush from the four and die on the hill, like whether you like John, Paul, George, or Ringo from the Beatles the most back in the 60s. Crazy stuff. Hi class, unfortunately I'm feeling sick, so this morning's class, yawn, snore. I commute from 15 minutes away in Troy, so driving I-87, 77 south in the middle of morning, rush hour traffic, freezing cold, ice slick. If you're telling me class ain't happening, I ain't showing up till my next class. That ain't happening. I can't wait to wake up at 4:38 a.m. tomorrow and rub a banana peel on my face and dunk my face in sparkling water? Yeah, this is the Ashton Hall guy, right? I think. I envy his physical physique. I would love to have the muscle mass and density that he has. I've been working out for years now and still cannot achieve it. I have a 1-pack. He has like a 17-pack. So keep doing what you're doing, Ashton Hall. It's clearly working. Next up is what the worst day in 2016 looked like. It is a beautiful sunny sky, and I am completely agree with you on that argument. I will die on the hill, like the Big Time Rush argument, that the best times and the best era of our lifetime for those of us that are graduating this year and even before, from 2000 on, was the 2010s to just about the very beginning of 2020. Everything else after, nonsense, rubbish. Everything before that, I mean, it's all right. It's all right. If you're living in a room or a house next year, ask to go see it. People are very friendly and will likely take you in for a look and plan for next year. So I agree with this. My roommate Tom and I, former roommate, I said I commuted, that would be a lie. My former roommate Tom and I, for the past 3 years, had a streak where people just knock on our door, come in, can I take a room tour? Can I take a room tour? Sure, be nice, extend yourself. We hold doors. That's how we do things here at Siena, all right? Let's do it like that. My favorite part about science majors is when they leave an entire whiteboard covered from top to bottom for the attention. Time out. Time out. One of my roommates in Paddle Trip last year, Frank Minetta, shout out to you, was a STEM major. I can't remember the Pythagorean theorem or quadratic formula. If you ask me, I remember a squared plus b whatever, yada yada. Their jobs are pretty damn hard and they have to remember a lot, so they need that whiteboard. It's like an extra brain to cram stuff into. And while we're on the topic of majors, Fizz has a popular post this week about business majors here on our campus. Jake?
Thank you, Ethan, for that Fizz segment and in-depth analysis on Ashton Hall's physique. Now I'll be doing some in-depth analysis on a couple of our last Fizzes. So for this Fizz, we got business majors studying for their midterm exams. As you can see, they're hard at work. I used to be a business major. No shame in this game. We got a lot of coloring, as you see, Play-Dohs. I'll be honest, Ethan was hyping up the STEM kids. They can't color inside the lines like this. You've never seen anything like that from a business major. It's A+ material. Kids graduating. Let's go on to the next one. We have more Heinz Hall destruction. The caption was, "Bruh, ain't no way." As you can see, we got a couple chairs out here. What looks to be desk, table. I don't know, it's all shattered. These Heinz Hall kids, they have absolutely zero respect for the maintenance and what we do here. But they got some good distance on the throws, so I can't really be mad at them. W trajectory. All right, now for our last one. All right, be so for real. As you can see, our wonderful anchor, Tommy Kane, doing the Fizz from last week, talking about the vending machine in the elevator. Now you see, he's got a good in-depth analysis. I'll try and copy his pose right here. As you can see, talking about Tommy, the vending machines. We still never found out how the vending machines got in there. I don't think Tommy did either, but we'll hit him up next week and ask for that. And that will do it for this week's edition of What's Fizzin'. If there's a Fizz that you would like featured in next week's episode, send a DM to the SienaCollege.tv Instagram. And coming up, we're going to take a look at your week ahead. And before we head out, let's take a look at your week ahead.
The Student Senate is hosting the Pie a Senator event in the Niagara Plaza today from 12:45 to 1:45. Students can pay to pie one of the senators, and there will be proceeds that will be donated to the ARC, which is a nonprofit organization in Albany.
Student Nurse Association is hosting a fashion show tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the SSU. This is an annual event to raise money for Parkinson's disease. There will be food provided by AVI and raffles throughout the event. This event is open to students and the general public.
CA Gianna and CA Parker are hosting a Unity event in the Ryan Hall lobby from Monday to 4 to 5 p.m. Students will learn about American Sign Language and the deaf community. Color materials and stickers will be provided to those who attend. A great way to kick off Unity Day and National Deaf History Month.
The History Club is hosting a Historical Mysteries event tonight at 7 in Siena Hall. Club members will give a presentation about many different historical mysteries. Food will be provided to those who attend.
The Class of 26 is hosting a Paint and Sip night at 7 p.m. on Tuesday in the SSU. The Class of 26 members can come and enjoy some free food and mocktails while painting.
Your Student Association is running a Crazy for Crepes event in the SSU Wednesday at noon. Stop by for crepes and boba.
And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us.
Make sure to subscribe to the Siena College Communications Program YouTube page and follow the SCTV Instagram page at sienacollege.tv. We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, so what is your favorite Pokemon? Because mine is